It is just before 6 a.m. in Israel. In the dim light of early morning, multiple fighter jets begin rolling down the runway. Each aircraft carries long-range, precision-guided missiles. Their target lies hundreds of kilometers away. Intelligence shared between Israeli agencies and the CIA suggests that a rare opportunity has emerged. A significant portion of Iran's highest leadership is reportedly gathered inside a secured government compound in Tehran. Among them, according to sources, is Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. 2 hours and 5 minutes after takeoff, missiles descend on the compound. What follows marks one of the most consequential escalations in modern Middle Eastern history. This is the story of how coordinated U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran unfolded, how the country's top leadership was reportedly eliminated, and how the region was pulled to the brink of wider war. By the time this video reaches you, additional information may have surfaced. Events are moving quickly. To understand this moment, we need to go back decades. Before 1979, Iran was ruled by Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, an authoritarian monarch strongly backed by the United States. That changed during the Iranian Revolution. The Shah was overthrown, and Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini established the Islamic Republic of Iran. Under Khomeini, Iran shifted dramatically. The new regime embraced governance rooted in Islamic law and rejected Western influence. The United States and Israel were labeled adversaries. Opposition to Israel became both ideological and strategic policy. After Khomeini's death in 1989, Ali Khamenei rose to become supreme leader. Over time, Iran entrenched itself as a regional power, supporting anti-Israeli militias and expanding influence across the Middle East. Tensions deepened in 2002 when previously undisclosed uranium enrichment facilities were exposed. Enriched uranium can power reactors, or potentially fuel nuclear weapons. Iran insisted its program was peaceful. The U.S. and Israel were unconvinced. Efforts to halt Iran's nuclear ambitions ranged from cyber operations and targeted assassinations to diplomacy. In 2015, the Obama administration brokered a nuclear agreement with Tehran aimed at restricting enrichment. But in 2018, President Donald Trump withdrew from the deal, calling it fundamentally flawed. Relations deteriorated rapidly. By 2025, renewed negotiations collapsed. Instead, Israel and the United States launched coordinated airstrikes targeting Iranian nuclear facilities using bunker-buster munitions. Several sites suffered severe damage. Meanwhile, Iran's economy spiraled, its currency weakened dramatically. Food costs soared, public frustration intensified. By late 2025, widespread demonstrations erupted across the country. Protesters demanded sweeping change. Some called for the end of the Islamic Republic. The government responded with force. Internet access was cut nationwide, information became scarce. Reports later suggested thousands were killed and tens of thousands detained. The U.S. increased its military presence in the region. Rhetoric escalated. On Thursday, February 26th, a final diplomatic attempt took place in Geneva. It failed. 2 days later, Saturday, February 28th, approximately 9:40 a.m. Tehran time. The strike begins. The targeted compound sits near central government offices, housing key institutions including the presidency, national security bodies, and the supreme leader's offices. U.S. intelligence reportedly spent months tracking communication patterns and movement habits of senior Iranian officials, including Khamenei and top Revolutionary Guard leaders. Surveillance allegedly confirmed a high-level meeting was underway. Originally planned as a nighttime operation, commanders reportedly advanced the timetable. The window of opportunity was considered too critical to delay. Missiles struck with precision. Satellite images later revealed significant structural damage. Thick black smoke billowed over the district. Verified footage from nearby locations showed the compound engulfed in flames. According to Israeli sources, the opening barrage lasted less than 30 seconds, but claimed dozens of senior officials. Among those reported killed, Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, Major General Mohammad Bagheri, Chief of Staff of Iran's Armed Forces, senior defense figures, and top commanders within the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The Israeli operation was reportedly codenamed Roaring Lion. In Washington, it was referred to as Epic Fury. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian survived. Other officials vowed immediate retaliation and continuity of governance. But the leadership strike was only phase one. Israeli forces reportedly disabled large portions of Iran's air defense network around Tehran. In subsequent waves, nearly 200 Israeli aircraft entered Iranian airspace to target missile storage facilities and launch infrastructure. Roughly 30 minutes after the leadership strike, the United States joined the operation. Reports suggest U.S. forces focused on targets in eastern Iran and maritime assets. Tomahawk cruise missiles were launched from naval vessels. Rocket artillery systems were deployed. Additional command centers were struck. Soon after, President Trump released a video statement announcing the operation and calling on the Iranian public to reclaim their government. Prime Minister Netanyahu delivered a similar message. Then the conflict widened. An airstrike struck near a girls' elementary school in Minab, close to an Iranian naval facility. Iranian state media reported heavy civilian casualties, though independent verification remained pending. U.S. Central Command announced an investigation. Iran responded with Operation True Promise 4. Hundreds of missiles and drones were launched across the region. More than 200 targeted Israel alone. The Houthis in Yemen declared renewed attacks on Red Sea shipping, ending a months-long pause. Coalition forces intercepted multiple projectiles over Iraq's Kurdistan region. Explosions were reported near Erbil International Airport. Dubai International Airport was struck by a drone, closing UAE airspace. Fires broke out at major hotels. Bahrain reported impacts near the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet headquarters. Qatar faced dozens of ballistic missiles. Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Kuwait intercepted or absorbed additional attacks. Civilian casualties were reported in several countries. NATO placed missile defense systems on high alert. Concerns rose about cyber attacks and sleeper cell activity beyond the Middle East. The justification for U.S. involvement remains debated. Officials framed the operation as a preemptive move to eliminate imminent threats. Critics argue Iran's long-range missile capability posed regional, not direct American danger, raising questions about necessity versus strategic choice. Legal experts questioned whether congressional approval was required. Protests erupted globally, some against Tehran's regime, others against American intervention. Oil prices surged amid fears of disruption in the Strait of Hormuz. Analysts warned of a looming energy crisis. Inside Iran, reactions were mixed. Some celebrated the removal of the supreme leader, others mourned. A provisional government has since formed. Retaliatory strikes continue. Casualty figures remain fluid. U.S. officials report American military losses. Israeli and regional casualties have also been confirmed. Iranian authorities state hundreds have been killed since the initial strikes, though distinctions between military and civilian losses remain unclear. At this stage, the conflict shows little sign of slowing. What began before sunrise may reshape the balance of power in the Middle East and potentially far beyond it.